You can't lift your arm to comb your hairs wearing clothes or reach overhead. It might not be a shoulder pain. It could be a frozen shoulder. Let's understand why it's happened and how other exercise and physiotherapy protocol can help yours. Hello everyone, welcome to MedVision. Today I am going to present what is frozen shoulder, why it's happened, what are the symptoms and stages, and what are the special tests, what is the pathophysiology, and what is treatment of frozen shoulders, and most important is why it occurs. We all know that. What is frozen shoulder? So frozen shoulder is a adhesive capsulitis, also called adhesive capsulitis. It is a condition in which the shoulder joints became stiff and painful due to inflammation and tightening of the joint capsule. There is a structure of the shoulder joint, and the outer coverage of shoulder joint is a capsular part, and it maybe became inflamed and tightened during the case of frozen shoulder. So why it occurs, why it happen? Because it have no specific cause. It have idiopathic cause. There is no specific cause that found the frozen shoulder occurs, but the some others conditions also may involve the frozen shoulder, like diabetes mellitus is most common risk factor of a frozen shoulder, and prolonged inflammation after surgery, fractures, or prolonged injury also may cause of a frozen shoulders. The age group of 40 to 60 years patients have most common found the symptoms of frozen shoulders, and some other condition like thyroid disorder, hypothyroidism, hyperthyroidism also causes of a frozen shoulder, and maybe other condition like heart disease, Parkinson disease, yeah, other neurological conditions may also cause of frozen shoulder. So what are the symptoms? Symptoms mainly patient complaint of a pain during night. That is the main cause, that is the main symptom of the frozen shoulder. The pain worsen at night, not at daytime. Patient complaint of stiffness and reduced range of motion, mostly in morning. Stiffness present into the joint, and difficulty to reaching overhead activities or behind the back. Difficulty in dressing, combing hairs, and grooming. There are a lot of difficulty to do ADLs, and deep dull ache in shoulder. Patient feel a deep dull ache in a shoulder. So next is stages of frozen shoulder. There are three stages of frozen shoulder: freezing stage, frozen stage, and the thawing stage. In freezing stage, there is stage duration of 2 to 9 months. Patients gradually complain of onset of pain. Pain increases at night, but movements became increasingly difficulty. Daily activities are affected. Patient's range of motion may be affected. The abduction, abduction, and external rotation reduced during the activities. Second stage is frozen shoulder. Pain may be reduced slightly, but stiffness occurs severely. The patient's movement is very limited and daily tasks are still difficult. Patient complaint of abduction and external rotation more difficulty than the previous stage. But in the third stage, the thawing stage, that is recovery stage, the stiffness gradually improve. The patient range of motion slowly returns, strengthen, and functional improvements with the time and exercise. This range durations 12 to 24 months. So these are the stages of the frozen shoulder. So what is the physiology of a frozen shoulder? We all know that the frozen shoulder involve inflammation and thickening of the joint capsule, with leading to pain and progressive loss of active and passive range of motions. What happen in that? In which the inflammation of the synovial linings. The inflammation occurs in synovial linings, which lead to capsular fibrosis and thickening of the capsular. Due to thickening and fibrosis, the capsular maybe contractures occurs, maybe In capsular pattern, there is a contractures occurs and the adhesions made himself, and the pain and progressive loss of movements occur. This is the physiology of the frozen shoulder. What is epidemiology? Every affects the 2 to 5% of general populations. Most common age group is 40 to 60 years, and females are more affected 2 to 4 times more than males. Most commonly it occurs in dominant hand. What are the special tests for frozen shoulder? The active range of motion, because patient complaint of restriction of active and passive range of motions. We are talking about the most limited movements like our capsular patterns. Capsular pattern, it affected the external rotation first, then abduction, then internal rotation, and least painful flexion. These are the capsular pattern that is most commonly found in frozen shoulder, and painful arc test also may be positive in frozen shoulder. So what are the clinical diagnosis? Due to the patient history, patient pain complaint, and difficulty in ADLs, there can be a criticise to diagnose a frozen shoulder, and usually the imaging like X-ray, ultrasound, and MRI if needed. MRI because the capsular thickening, edema, and adhesion seen in MRI, so it's maybe done. So differential diagnosis: rotator cuff tear, GH arthritis, calcific tendinitis, biceps tendinitis, and cervical radiculopathy. These are the whole charts about the physiology, epidemiology, and special test and the diagnostic criteria for a frozen shoulder. Thank you. So the next topic is how physiotherapy management, how physiotherapy helps the frozen shoulder to treat the frozen shoulder. So physiotherapy reduce pain and inflammation. The basics goals of physiotherapy in frozen shoulder case: improve shoulder mobility and flexibility, reduce normal movement, restore normal movements and functional activity, strengthening your shoulder blade muscles, and improving posture and scapular movements. And that's a help to returning in a daily activities and quickly in life. So due to the in pain relief, there is a lot of electrotherapy modalities and the lot of manual techniques to reduce pains in physiotherapy. Lot of joint mobilizations to enhance range of motion and reduce pain. There are lot of stretches, strengthening exercise to restore range of motions, and other postural education techniques in physiotherapy. So what are the common mistakes to do patients in early frozen cases? The patients ignore symptoms. Many patients complaint there is a they ignoring early symptoms for a lot of time period, but after a complete rest and no movements, patients also doing aggravating activity and painful exercises. Stopping physiotherapy too early, that is the most common condition in frozen shoulder, because it take times to heal, to recover, and to reduce inflammation and tightening of capsule. But many people stopping physiotherapy too early. So self medication and unproven treatments also taken patients itself, and no following home exercise program. Because the physiotherapy sessions entire 40 to 45 minutes, but the home exercises programs are most important to do follow to reduce the symptoms of the frozen shoulder. So these are the common mistakes to do patients in case of frozen shoulder. So what are recovery and prognosis? In recovery takes time, usually several months. Complete recovery takes times, because and that is a time taking condition to heal. Most of the people recover fully with proper treatment and regular exercises. Early diagnosis and physiotherapy lead to faster and better results for patients. So this is about the frozen shoulder, whole details about the frozen shoulder, why it occurs, why most common groups that frozen shoulder also seen, what are the special tests, how to improve their conditions, and what are the common mistakes to do, what are the stages of frozen shoulders, So thank you everyone watching this video. If you found this video is helpful, to like, share and subscribe for more videos like and the realistic conditions that patient facing in their life. Thank you for watching Mad Vision.